The use of drones have become more popular in the past couple of years. Speaking on how drones have helped the Ingham County Sheriff's Office is Lieutenant Robert Borkel. And Lieutenant Borkel, the team now has 8 pilots who are FAA certified, and you have 6 drones. 2 of them are right here in front of us. Can you explain what these drones do and how they're utilized?
Yeah, absolutely. So we've got 2 different sizes here. Our smaller one down below here, that's kind of more for our confined spaces, indoor applications where we have to go into a building that we don't want to send officers into right away, and that way we can kind of scope out what we're going to encounter and see if we can't resolve the situation before sending officers in. And then we've got kind of our medium-sized drone here that is more for our outdoor. We can put it up over buildings, trees, fields, and use that to search areas and kind of get some distance, a good high-level overview of scenes, a variety of different types of scenes.
That's really interesting. So they have different purposes here. The smaller one, more for those confined indoor spaces, and then the medium one can go outside, whether that's observing investigations, search efforts, or even natural disasters. So they give you those different perspectives. What other advantages do they give you?
It's really a kind of a force multiplier for us. So it gives us an overhead view, you know, for example, of a crash scene where we can see pavement markings and scrapes and stuff like that that puts the entire scene together for us to be able to identify how those vehicles interacted. Or if we're searching a field for a lost child that wandered off, we can check and search a field really quickly without having a lot of officers going out and spending a lot of time to cover the same amount of ground. There's other applications, you know, if we've got flooding, or back in August of '23 with the tornado, we were able to fly a large area and just get a good scope of the extent of damage and magnitude of what we were dealing with in that context as well.
I like how you mentioned that you can almost reserve some of those bodies at the sheriff's office if they're unable to get to the places that drones can, right? Drones can go up in the sky, they can go into those more confined spaces, and they can move around a lot quicker than foot if you're exploring in woods or anything like that. Can you speak on the technology that's really been advanced over the years with the lights, and you have the microphones?
Yeah, so when we started our program in 2018, it was a drone with a single camera on it, and now we've got lights, like you said, but the cameras are not just visual cameras. They've got thermal cameras built into them as well, so we can use them on fire scenes to identify hot spots, or you know, if we're looking for persons on a cold day, that highlights a different heat source or temperature that we can use to easier find people, or, like I said, with fires, identify the hot spots of structure fires and relay that information to the fire command, so that way they can more effectively use that information to fight that fire.
That is really cool. I know the sheriff's office and all the members there have a lot of skills, but having these resources really amplifies all of that.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Lieutenant Borkel, for joining Mid-Michigan Matters and sharing more about the drones.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me.